So preventable injuries or illness and death. So any lapse in the take care of patient, in safety of patients. Price transparency. So what is my price transparency? We have to provide enough information to the patients before getting admitted. So hospitals as a business, it is a non-profit organization. The main motto of the hospital is providing the service. Should be no inconvenience should not be there from the, it may be traffic or it may be other problems from the public. Hello my dear students, I am your Ajay Sir, faculty, Department of Commerce and Management, Vidyashram First Aid College, Mysuru, a temple of excellence. My dear students, in today's session, I am going to discuss about the subject Management of Service for second sem BBA, and the topic is Hospital and Education Service. Now, let's go to the first slide. What are the risks involved in healthcare service? Today's hospitals, in today's increased population in the country, so what are the risks involved? It may be safety of the doctors, safety of the employees, and also safety of the patients and maintenance of the patients in this corona time. So how to manage the industry, hospital industry? If I am a hospital owner, so what are the precautionary measures I have to take, and what are the, if I want to come up with a hospital sector or hospital service, so what are the risks and responsibilities we have to follow? These are the important points under establishment of hospitals. Now let's go to the first point here, the cyber security. So why cyber security is a very problem? See, usually in all hospitals, what we are doing in today's hospitals, everything is computerized. So all information related to patients will be kept in a computer or data format. So it is very difficult for the hospital sector to maintain the secrecy of the patient's information. So there are so many chances are there because of the data theft and also losing important data, and also customers or patients important information, secured information is very difficult. As technology enabled to care and communications with the patients grows, cyber security is also one of the very important concept in today's hospitals are facing. So it is very difficult to maintain the secrecy of the patient's information. Going to next slide. And also we have to maintain the audit and committee of the board of directors, and also we have to maintain the secrecy on the financial health and financial management of the hospitals. So there are so many competitors are there in the market, so they can easily take the information what they needed from our hospitals. It may be information of the staff, information of the doctors, and also information of the other important documents of the organization. Next one, clinical quality. What do you mean by clinical quality? As a hospital, we have to maintain the quality of service. In the hospitals, we have to maintain the quality of service because we are dealing with very important, very critical, or the critical situation of the patients, or it may be very safety issues of the patients, and also at the same time we have to maintain the quality in service. So healthcare organizations are facing increased risk related to not having process in place to provide and improve the quality care. So because now corona only we have saw, because of lack of beds, lack of oxygen, lack of other facilities related to operation or to care, to give extra care to the patients, we are not having enough resource to compare to our population, and also the existing hospitals only are struggling hard to come up with the enough resource to take care of the patients. So we have to the process, so how to treat the patient. So many hospitals, they are not following the actual process or standard process while treating the patients. If you go to the rural area, if you go to the semi-urban area, their hospital quality of hospitals are very low. It may be cleanliness, it may be hygiene, or it may be so many times we face, we have seen so many patients died because of HIV AIDS, not because of their personal mistake, but because of the used syringe, using the used syringes and without sterilized materials. So many patients are dying. These are all the lack of care, lack of resource and negligence, and also negligence of the staff. So why they are getting negligence? Because lack of proper training. Again, we need resource to provide the training again and again, every yearly basis, 6 months basis. We have to provide enough training to the employees and maintenance staff to how to maintain the standard. If the organization or if the management fails to provide enough training and enough standard in order to fix the enough standard, if the management fails, then the lack of clinical quality, the quality of the service will decreases. So if the quality of service decreases, it may leads to end of so many life, and also infection may occur to other patients also. That's why in order to avoid the infection, in order to improve the quality of life of the patients, hygiene, maintenance of hygiene standards are very important. And also even a small dot related to the quality of service may affect the organization in the bigger way, affect the hospitals in a bigger way. So if for example, private hospitals reputation is very important. So even a small dot, even a small problem in the hospitals may go to the media, and also it leads to destruction or destroy of the the goodwill of the hospital and also reputation of the hospitals. So to keep the reputation of the hospitals and also goodwill of the hospital, and also affecting patients outcomes, cost of care, reputations and financial performance through pay for performance penalties. So these are all the very important concept we have to look in the organization. Next one, competitions in today's. So if you go to the city area, multinational companies or multinational hospitals are coming to existence. And also if you go to the metropolitan cities like Bangalore, Chennai and Delhi and other, even in Mysore also, we are so many new hospitals are coming, because the healthcare is a very critical issue. Healthcare is very important. So in order to, you can also charge more price also, you can also get more profit in the hospital industry or hospital sector, because of the patients will not care about the money. When it is a matter of life and death, the patient has to pay the amount in order to make more profit. So many organizations, so many hospitals are coming. It's like mushrooming every day. It's like mushrooming every day. So health organizations are today face competitive challenges. So when competitive other competitor come to existence, they may take our doctors with paying more than salary what we are offering. For example, we are having, see, on what basis hospital run? On the basis of goodwill of the doctors. So all doctors went away from the hospitals, then who will run the hospitals? Where we can bring the doctors to the hospitals. So we need very reputed doctors, then only or the hospitals will work, isn't it? That's why if the competitors come to existence, they may take away the doctor offering more salary. They may take away the very skillful employees and also very trained employees, and also they may, whoever the doctors go away from our hospitals may give whatever the information we had. So secrecy of the organizations also leaked outside the hospitals. Next one, so competitive challenges from the broader range of entrants than any in a few years ago. In few years ago, 10 to 15 years ago, there was no any such a competition. But in today's scenario, before 10 years, from 10 years, we are having so much competition because in the health sector. Now next, going to the next slide. Patient safety. So safety of the patients is very important. So we should have, as a hospital, we have to have a very technologically advanced procedure and also materials in order to take care of the patients. And also we have to have a international facility. It may be operation, or it may be any other diagnosis, or it may be x-ray, or it may be blood. So all the facility we should be having in a international standard. Next one, so preventable injuries or illness and death. So any lapse in the take care of patient, in safety of patients, may lead to death or injury of the patient. So if in case, because of the negligence of the hospital employees, if any death happens in patient side, so it will be a bigger issue for the reputation of the institution, and also for the family. They may lose the bread earner of the family. So then it will be very, very difficult situation for the hospitals. So even a small dot, even a small black dot may take up all the efforts what we have invested to build the institution. Next one, the high litigation cost increased liability and reputational impact on the facility. So if in case any negligence, because of any negligence the death of the patients happens, so we have to face the legal consequences also, and also fines from the government, and also we have to face the we have to pay the compensation to the employees. It leads to high liability, not only compensation, so it may be not only financial but reputation will go. Once the reputation will go, we cannot bring back the reputation what we had earlier. That's why, so for every small issue also matters a lot. Next one, pharmacy. So pharmacy we have to maintain, as hospitals we have to maintain a pharmacy, and also we should have a enough stock for maybe outside patients or inside patients. We have to have enough stock for the medicines. That's what pharmacy. So pharmacies play an important role in preventing and detecting drug abuse and controlled substance diversion. What do you mean by that? So if, for example, if we in hospitals, if we have pharmacy, we can provide the medicines and also other drugs in a reasonable price. In a reasonable price we can provide the medicine. But if we send our patients to other medicals for pharmacy and drugs, so it may leads to they may charge higher price than the actual price. That's why as hospitals we have to have a all stock of medicines and pharmacy, and meeting these risk is a collaborative effort. So because of we have to have a contract with the pharmaceutical companies, so that they can provide enough drugs to the hospitals to meet the expectation, or to meet the demand from the inside patients and outside patients also. So drug enforcement administrations and state broad pharmacy regulation, and also to have a pharmacy in the hospitals we have to have a contract, and also we have to have a permission from the drug administration and regulation authority in India and also in Karnataka. Next one, price transparency. So what is my price transparency? We have to provide enough information to the patients before getting admitted. So for example, so many hospitals you have seen, so after death of the patient, so many hospitals are charges so much of price, and also they will refuse to transfer the body to the family of the deceased person. So that's why, so in order to avoid this, we have to provide enough information what is the cost of this particular treatment. So if in case if the ordinary care unit or the extraordinary care unit or intensive care unit or critical care unit, what is the actual charge, what is the general ward charge, what is the special ward charge, and also what are the other charges included here, and what types of discount if they are coming from the BPL card, if they are coming from the any other employer, so if they are having any discounts from the side of the employer, so they have to take all the measures. So price is very, very important. How to price? If I am having a rural area, if my hospital is in a rural area, so I cannot charge like as in urban area. So who is our customers? So we have to think who is our customers, and we have to charge according to the region or location where we are serving the health system or where we are providing the service, and also and which type of customers or which type of patients we are offering. Now this is what the price transparency. And also while giving the price, we have to charge whatever the price offered or declared or restricted by the government. So now what is, for example, diagnosis. So in some cases for any diagnosis or from any treatment, government will fix the price. So that is called as price ceiling. Price ceiling means the highest maximum price will be fixed by the government. For example, corona vaccination only, the government has already fixed actual price of the corona vaccine plus 150 rupees for the service charge. Like this, they cannot receive more than that amount. That's why we need price transparency. As the hospitals, we have to maintain, in some cases the government, whatever the charges fixed by the government or whatever the charges fixed by other regional hospitals, we have to maintain the price transfer. Next point, emergency preparedness. So we have to What is the emergency preparedness means? So in any time anything can happen. For example, calamities, natural calamities or man-made disasters. It may be tsunami, it may be accidents, anything will happen. Because for example, the best example is corona. So we have to prepare because of no lack of preparation or lack of no precautionary measures taken by the government, we are facing this situation. So lack of beds, lack of no oxygen, lack of enough doctors. Why these are all things are happening? Because of no we didn't take any precautionary measures according to our population. Our no health resource is very minimal, and also the percentage of GDP what we are providing to health, it is also very much low compared to the other developing and developed countries. So we have to take precautionary measures in case of health service, and also we have to maintain what is the actual ratio between patients and doctors, patients and hospital service, and also patients and hospital beds we have to maintain. But in our country, so because of lack of resource, lack of funding, it may be private sector and public sector, we are facing lack of resource and lack of beds, lack of doctors in our country. And also in case of man-made or natural disasters, we have to be prepared to face the disasters. So during this time, for example during corona, so for the demand for the bed and demand for the medical care, what it was in peak. So without proper planning, so our government, our planners should have should imagine all these things before the actual thing occur, and before that only they have to take care of that, and they have to come up with all the necessary measures in order to avoid before thing happening. Next, go to the next slide. So third party vendor management. What do you mean by third party vendor management? So for example, food facility we have to provide. So we cannot, as a hospital, we cannot concentrate on food facility. We can go to the third party partnership management. We have to have as a partner to other person. For example, the person who is providing good food facility, we have to take the facility from we have to take the contract, or can give the contract to that particular person to deliver the good hygiene food. And also those who are providing the gloves, other equipment, other machineries, and also diagnosis machineries, x-ray machineries, all the, for example, diagnostic centers. So we can have a contract with the diagnosis centers. And also blood bank, if you don't have blood bank, we should have a contract with blood bank. So like this, partners make all the peoples as a partners, So health organizations routinely rely on third party vendors to enable the mission critical service, increase the business exposures. For example, if any partner, for example a blood donor is there or blood bank is there, if they did not provide enough blood in the critical situation, so patient may die, isn't it? So if the person who is providing the food may not provide the actual or proper food which is required by the hospitals, so it may affect the patients. And also the provider, all the facilities, and also all the important necessities of the hospitals are always dependent on third party. Oxygen has to be provided by the oxygen vendor, food has to be provided by the caterer, and also other facilities has to be provided by the security for the hospitals should be provided by the security agency, and also transportation facility, ambulance facility should be provided by the ambulance agency. Like this, everything is dependent on third party. So we have to maintain third party, we have to make them as a partners. So without these facilities, so running a hospital is very difficult. Next one, legal and regulatory compliances. So running a hospital is very restricted. So we have to follow all the rules, regulation by the government, norms. It may be price, or it may be drugs, or it may be any other procedures. Everything should, because we are dealing with a patient's life. So even a small problem, small mistake, or small negligence happens, it may end up with the patient's death, isn't it? That's why, so they very legal rules are there. So and also with in case of appointment of doctors, appointment of nurses, we should take care of all the rules and regulations, and also on the basis of experience and on the basis of reputation of the doctors, we have to appoint them. Without experienced doctors appointing, the doctors or nurses or any other person who providing the healthcare service without proper training, without proper experience, if we appointed them, because of their negligence, people or patients may die. That's why it is very restricted in case of healthcare service. Come to the next point. Financial operation, already I told. So as a hospitals, we have to maintain everything in a international standard. It may be X-ray machine, or it may be food facility, or it may be clothing in the hospitals, or it may be doctors. So we should have all the international facility we have to maintain, then only we can save the life. Or it may be operation theater, or it may be drugs, medicines. Or understanding medicines, hospitals cannot prepare the medicine, we have to take the medicine from other person. Hospital cannot prepare the oxygen, we have to take the oxygen from other person or other contractor. Hospitals cannot prepare all the needed equipments. It may be gloves, or it may be sanitization, or it may be all the other facilities, surgery equipments, operation theater, everything has to be dependent or maintained by third party. That's why we had a third party maintenance point here. And also for these things, finance is very important. So without finance, without proper funding, we cannot run the hospital. It is a crores together investment we needed to bring the international standards in the maintenance and also hospitals management. Now let's go to the next slide. So what is the marketing mix of hospitals? What are the marketing mix? So how to attract the patient? Here they are not the customers, they are the patients. So that's why, so we cannot treat hospitals as a business. It is a non-profit organization. The main motto of the hospital is providing the service. So we cannot charge much prices like goods. So we are dealing with the patient's life. So it is, even though more than money, patient's life is very important. Sometimes some hospitals do that. So if you did not pay the bill, we will not provide the dead body of the patients. We will not allow you to go out of the hospitals. So these things are illegal. These things are illegal, and also hospitals has to bear the price for this. That's why we have to give proper information. We have to follow the rules, regulation provided by the government. Next one. So people, what are the 7 P's of the marketing? So if I want to establish hospitals, what are the important things I have to concentrate? Let's see here. So people, who are our people? Our peoples are clients, our partners who are providing oxygen, who are providing other service, materials, equipments, who are sending equipments on the credit facility, and also employees, doctors, nurses, and also maintenance, maintenance officials or maintaining staff, and also health organization facility, patients also are part of the people, doctors also part of the people, and also receptionist. If you go to the reception side, or other staffs who are taking the financial and auditing service, providing the accounting service for the hospitals, all are comes under people. So people means always you should think in an inclusive way. We should not think in exclusive way. See, patients are different, management is different, and also staffs are different, and partners are different. No, it is not like that. We have to take everyone, we should have inclusive view. We should have inclusive view so that we can take all the people's care. We should think in all their perspective, and we have to come to the decisions while taking any decisions. Next one, promotional facility. So as a hospital, how can I promote? I can go to the advertisement, TV advertisement. I can go to the radio, or I can go to the social media. So in promotion activity, so many times no need to go to media only. So because if we give enough or efficient service to the patients only come to the hospitals. If we have good, experienced and well reputed doctors, experienced and well reputed nurse and other staffs, if we have good reputation of the hospitals, so customers usually or patients usually come where they will get wonderful treatment, where they will get effective treatment, because they will addicted to some doctors. So if some patients will always prefer some doctors. That's why in hospitals we cannot treat like as a products. We can go to the, so even though there are some mode of advertisements are there like TV, radio, social media, but personal or impersonal hospitals or promotion of is very important. So personal promotion. So word of mouth is very, very important in case of hospitals. Next one, product. So what is the service we are providing? So what is the product means? It is a service. In case of hospital, it is a good treatment. What are the facilities we can provide to the customers or the patients? Or it may be good doctors, good nurses, and also good facility, good cleanly environment, and also surrounding, eco-friendly surrounding, and also parking facility for the patient's family and also patient's vehicles, and also type with the pathology and also other laboratories, and also blood bank, and also ICU. So these are all the X-ray unit. So these are all the products or service as an hospitals we can provide. So if you, and also we are providing the food also for the hospitals, patients, and also other extra bed for the family member of the patients. Like this we can add more information or more services, facilities to the patients. Next one, place. So where, before establishing or before coming up with the hospital service, so which place we have to select, whether it is city area, city centers, or it is a outskirt area, or it may be rural area, or it may be urban area, semi-urban area, which is our location. So we have to select it. So it should be having a transportation facility. The place we select, it should be having a transportation facility. It should be having a finance facility where we can select the places. Next one, adequate transportation and communication facility should be there, and also there should be no inconvenience should not be there from the, it may be traffic or it may be other problems from the public. There should be no inconvenience facility for the patients. Next one, hospitals marketing, distribution and medication service. So and also we should have enough distribution of medicine. So we should select a place where we can get enough and cheap medicine for the patients. And also we have to select a place, it should be a convenient to the patients to come to visit to the hospitals, and also family members to visit to the hospitals. So if it should be a residential area, it should be a residential area. We are having a hospitals out of the city or away from the city, so it is inconvenient to the patients to come to visit to the hospitals. And also when the patient get admitted, their family members also has to come, and also they have to support the patient, isn't it? They have to bring the food, sometimes they have to bring some other needed items or product to the patients. Someone has to take care of the patients. So for that it should be a residential area, then easily family members come to the hospitals and take care of the patients. So while selecting the hospitals locations, we have to take all these measures while selecting the hospitals location. Then only we can select the good location where it is convenient, transportation, communication, or maybe other facilities, drugs, and it should be nearby to other. For example, hospitals only cannot have all the facilities. It may be diagnosis, or it may be X-ray, or it may be any other laboratory should be nearer to the hospitals. Then only hospitals can run effectively. Next one, price. So already I explained. So price should be some treatment. Government has already fixed the price, so we cannot charge more than that. So for other facilities, the hospitals can fix the price, and also some operation the government will fix the price. For some medicine, government already fixed the price. So it should be have a reasonable price, and also then only we can attract more patients. If you charge more exorbitant price, then it is very difficult for the patients to pay. So and also on the base of facilities what we are providing, and also different types of wards facility. For example, in a super deluxe ward, or it may be ordinary general ward, there is no TV facility, only fan is available. If you go to special ward or specialty ward, fan, TV, extra bed will be available, and also extra assistants will be they can provide from the hospital side. Like this, on the base of facility what they provide, on the base of facility we can charge the price. Now in some cases, for example, if a disease is a common disease, or 1 or 2 days of admission in the hospitals, they have to get admitted in the hospital for 1 or 2 diseases. Usually they go for general ward. Sometimes if it is a complex diseases, the people has to stay in the hospitals up to, example, for complex diseases, the patient has to stay or admitted in the hospitals up to 10 to 20 or up to 1 month. They have to admitted in the hospitals. Then in this situation they go for super deluxe class ward or private ward or general ward. In general ward, so up to 1 week or 10 days the patients or the poor patients and middle class patients, they will opt for general ward. Sometimes there will be semi special, super special or special wards are available on the base of facility or TV, AC, fan, extra bed and also extra food facility. So on the base of facility they will charge the price. Next point, process. So process is very important. We have to follow the standard regulation, standard process in the world. It may be already in the operation is a standardized process, the maintenance is a standardized process, and also everything is in hospital because we are dealing with the patient's life, isn't it? We have to maintain the standard process or with the limited resource. But if you go to the rural sectors, even though in rural area also we have some good hospitals, but in most common hospitals or in most hospitals we are not following standard process. If you go to the semi-urban sectors and rural area, in city also, if you go to some government hospitals, it's very difficult to get the cleanly environment and good environment. So process is very effective, or process is very important in case of hospitals, so that we should have a clean environment, good treatment facility, and how to treat the patients. So who should attend the patient. So everything should be processed, everything should be divided, all the work should be divided according to the their experience, their knowledge, and also the qualification of the employees. We have to divide the work, and also all the process should be equally distributed. Then only we can improve or we can bring the effectiveness in the management. So two different types of process are outpatients. Which doctor has to treat the outpatients, and also which doctor should go for inpatients, which doctor should take care of inpatient. The nurses should be divided, and other staffs who will take care of the patients and should be divided on the basis of outpatients and inpatients units. Next one, the process of factor mainly depends on the size of the hospitals and kinds of service they are offering. The process will be, for example, if it is a large hospitals, they will be having so many departments. On the basis of doctors, their specialization, their other types of service, they will divide the process, they will divide the management and run the institution. So these are all the important things. Next one, outpatient meeting doctors. So how to meet the doctors, first they have to come to the receptionist, then they have to take the appointment with the doctors, they have to tell which doctor they want. So everything is a process. And also the payment. So what is the payment procedure and on what basis they are charging the service. This all comes under procedure. Next one, inpatients unit, outpatients unit. Next one, arrival and also treatment. So taking care of the accident patient, taking care of the emergency, taking care of the ICU units. So all this comes under process. So everything should be processed. Who has to attend? So who has to go? Who should visit first? Who should visit last? So what is the maintenance, cleanliness? Everything comes under process. So process is very important. Everything should be distributed. So for every particular job there should be a separate person. So cleanliness should be maintained by the cleaning people. Doctor should attend the patient. So which doctor should attend the patient? Sometimes for inner patients or getting admitted patients will be having separate doctors, and also for outpatient will be having separate doctors. Emergency ward will be having separate doctors. So everything should be processed. So if you don't have process or plan, it is very difficult to manage the system. That's why we need the process. So next one, physical evidence. So what physical evidence you give in the hospital? So a patient should not feel bored in the time when he admitted in the hospital. So we have to provide the physical evidence. That means good health. We can provide the good health to the patients. Next one, physical evidence is a environment. So we should provide the good environment to the patient. He should not feel bored in the hospitals, and also we should provide good health facility. Next one, delivered with physical or tangible commodities and where the hospitals and the customers interact. So and also we should provide the good doctors for the patients, then only they will feel happy about the service of the hospitals. Next point. So here we are going to end the session. In the next session we are going to discuss on the hospitals extension service. So if you want to extend the hospitals or develop the hospitals, what are the facilities, what are the points we have to take care. Next one, pharmacy of hospital. Pharmacy is very important concept. So if we don't have pharmacy, drugs and medicines in the hospitals. What are the consequences we have to face, and if we have, what are the advantages to the hospitals? We will think or we will discuss in the next session. Till then, thank you so much. Meet you in the next session.